nice thing. But I think we are gonna need a Miraculite missile. Well, it seems that our stream is somewhat unstable again. Really annoying. But let's choose this Miraculite missile. Because we will definitely need better defense with our missile bases. So let's take that one. And now we have a colony ship coming up in here, but what we actually want is this coyote. We're gonna build that. Let's get that coyote on its way. Well, it's gonna take more time than the colony ship, so... we can get 4 turns off from it. That's not much. Is now 140. Well, let's buy it. And we will get supercomputer there next turn. That's also a good thing. Let's see, Dunke, 2 Alkari frigates. There's a Trilarian colony, no defenses, an Alkari colony with missile base and fighter garrison. They also have chem deposits, but otherwise not so good colony. Well, now the Trilarian would like us to enter into alliance. Well, he's a really nice guy, but entering into alliance with other alien races, it's a bad idea, because next it would ask us to declare war on the Sakura, and maybe a few turns later it would make peace with the Sakura and we would still be in a war with them, so non-aggression pact is a better thing. So we're gonna reject on that one. Sorry our friend, but we are not gonna take that shit on ourselves. Well, looks like we're gonna need biospheres in here sooner or later too. But now Sosma finally got that automated factory, and it's gonna take 12 turns to get that missile base ready. So we are gonna wait for that with our fingers crossed. What's happening in here? Well, Sakuras are making more colonies in there, and looks like Martians are attacking on Sol. Meanwhile, we are gonna check out these systems better. what's in here? Large, barren, abundant. Medium barren, ultra poor, low G. Medium radiated, abundant. Well, that's a pretty decent planet. Well, Uro got a level. He's now gonna increase the population growth more, and he gives a little bit more research points. That's also good news. Well, looks like these are heading for the Dunge. That's completely defenseless, so they already took that one planet and they're gonna take next on there. There's no defenses in here either, so they're gonna take that planet too. Looks like our Trilarian friends are in deep shit at the moment. Not good for them. In here they all have a fighter garrison, that's good for them. And now we have Merculite missile. That's a good thing. Now the good question is what we can research next. We have a lot of interesting things. Anti-grav harness would increase our ground combat. Security stabilizer would be an interesting weapon, making structural damage. An inertia stabilizer would help our ships to get better missile evasion and adding beam defense. So there's a few interesting things in here too. And in here we would have a +100 targeting computer, which is actually something we would really need. So that's pretty expensive, it's gonna take a lot of time, but we are going to get this one. And now we have a star base in here. So we could build a stock exchange in here. That costs 2 and would give us 4 more money, so that would give us +2. But it's gonna take 8 turns. We're gonna put Coyote on its way. Well, that would close 4 turns, but we are gonna need those researchers at the moment because we are researching something that's gonna take for a while. I'm gonna take a route from there. Now we are getting more star bases soon. See these graphs. So our population is now bigger than Martian, but those chakras are a long way ahead. Buildings is now highest. Fleet is lousy, as it used to be. Humans have pretty much none, same with Trilarian, but Martian and Sakra have both pretty big fleet. But in technology, Martian and Sakran and Trilarian are all pretty low. So we are with humans on the top and Algar is a little bit behind. Now let's see what these guys are doing. They have pretty much nothing useful. Well, they all have better weapons, but not much else, except this poor Sakra. Well, it has nano dissamblers. That would be really interesting to have. Well, human has it too. Well, Martian only have a transport ship in here. Now they probably have a fighter garrison in all of those planets, yep. It's gonna give us 2 turns more. So I'm thinking of, do we need that 2 turns earlier or later? It's gonna give us 4 more. We are gonna do it that way. Now let's head to the next place. Let's see how our human friends are in there. I'm gonna put it that way. That extra guy didn't give us pretty much anything in there. Now we have 2 star bases coming up. Let's see. Is that necessary at the moment? Well, we have this planet full now, but there isn't much places where to send those. Maybe those would be places, but they are getting full too pretty soon, so I think I'm gonna keep these guys in here. And now I'm thinking what I'm gonna do with these planets getting star bases ready. Should they build a stock exchange in the middle or not? I think they're gonna make the star base, and let's see more after that. Here's 7. I think in here I'm gonna make the stock exchange because the maximum population is 7, and if we take the 2 off from what that planetary stock exchange cost is. So we will get 5 more money units from here with that one. So it's gonna be positive. Now we have one more starbase and our command points are increasing nicely. So we're gonna put Coyote in here too. Let's see. It's actually needing new design because we have now a Miraculite missile instead of that. Now let's change that in other places too. Just on nuclear missiles, let's swap. There's nuclear missiles. So let's put the new version instead. This is the one they started making. Okay, it's 8 turns away. Well, looks like Martian have a battleship too, and they also have a cruiser, 3 destroyers and 2 frigates. Our human friends only have a colony ship there. Well, looks like the Martian just destroyed our scout ship. Well, that was a nasty thing to do. Now we have starbase in here, but it seems that we are also running out of food. Well, this is unpleasant. No, there's some rattle sound of the music. I'm gonna take it off. Now, if I put it back, well, there's that rattle sound, so let's take the music off. I don't like the rattle sound. Now, why our food is running out? It's because we have some new citizen in here. So we are gonna need somewhere to build more food. Now taking one guy off from here will make the best result on that. Now we're gonna buy that missile base. To get things going. Now, since our enemies seem not to be interested on Zosma at the moment, and we can orbit that Rus with no problem. I think we're gonna take a little tour in here with our other scout. Now we have a lot of command points because we lost the frigate, which gave us one more, and we have got, every time we build one starbase we get one command point from the starbase plus one extra point from the tachyon communications. So now we have 10 available. So we are definitely gonna need those. But one of these colonies in Ta could also make a colony base, and we could take the last planet in here. There's still that large ocean. It's only a poor planet, but it's better than nothing, so I think we're gonna make it in here. Now that would take 3 turns to make. Another 3 turns to make biospheres after that. Well, I think that's gonna be a good tactic. Now there's no music, but it's our human friend. Now unfortunately I don't want to give that planetary stock exchange. Not yet. Now this would be a tempting thing to trade it with several different technologies. Or should I trade it and make the same thing with several alien races? Well, maybe I could do that. Now let's try to make that deal. So the pollution processor is the thing I want most, but the telepathic training is most expensive on those. But I'm gonna take this pollution processor. I'm gonna make the same trade with a couple of other two. Well, now we have missile base in here again. Now let's make the same trade in here. Well, we can only get fighter base from here. Let's see what we can get from here. Well, we are gonna take that one, since I can't get anything else. Now let's see if the Martian will make a change without us. No, Martian doesn't appreciate us too much, so no, that's the same pollution processor we got from humans, so let's change that one. Now unfortunately he's not ready to trade anything else, like these weapons or iron drive or battle scanner, so that's the only thing we got. But the good question is, does that human have something else he would like to trade with us? Let's talk with it. Well, he has the telepathic training, but super security link is not a good thing to trade with that. Now looks like the super security link is the thing he wants, and that's probably the last thing we want to give, so no deal on that one. Now it's only 5 turns before we get that coyote ready, so well, Sakras and Trilarians have made peace. Now the good question is what they got on return. I think Trilarians gave this Doomge systems 1 planet to those. Let's see if I'm right. There's 1 colony ship and there's human colony with good defenses. Now in Taht there's only 1 planet we can take. Now you're gonna need automated factory, missile base, marine barracks, research lab, robo-miner plant. Then we can put star base and a colony ship. We're gonna put something else instead, but let's put those first. Now then we're gonna need more citizens in here. But the good question is where we are gonna take those. Now we have Ursat there full, so we should take those from there. But we don't have the freighters to do it. So we need to build more freighters first. Now let's see where we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna do it in here because this coyote is gonna take forever to build, so let's build freighters first. Oh, we could. That's 7 turns actually, so we're not gonna take it in here, we're gonna build it in here because we want to a little bit delay that coyote because we want first the research to get done. So let's first make those freighters and let's go and check assets meanwhile. No, it's 5 turns now. No, I was wrong. They gave it Chapasigus to those Sakras. So that was the system they lost. Now we have the freighter fleet. So let's send. We have to take 1 researcher from here and send it to here. Now he's gonna be away for 1 turn, and after that we have now let's see in here, Starbase Fighter Garrison. There's nothing in there. Well, that tower system thing means that our trade deals might suffer from that. But in here we got the biospheres ready. And now there's starbase coming up in here. Well, and there's something we should now use, and that's the pollution processor we got from the deals. Because we have in here systems we could build more, but they are making so much toxic that they can't actually build as fast as we would like to. Those are mostly rich, mineral rich planets, especially this one. So we're gonna make the pollution processor in here. It's 17 now, but that pollution reduces it a little bit, so we're gonna make a pollution processor in here too, because that's a mineral rich planet too, and we could build there a lot, but if we put more people on building, we're gonna lose that production on pollution instead of getting anything, so that's not helping us out at the moment. Now let's see. The Orion just came to thank us. Now it's only one turn more, although we build something in the middle, because now there's no pollution in here. And if we put more people on it, we could cut some turns from that. Now it's now 3 turns on that. Now let's see. Looks like we have somewhere more people. Well, let's see races. And do they have something new in here? Not spying on us, that's a good thing. Well, looks like Algary has gotten a battle station for themselves. Now let's see if these are ready to make more deals. No, they don't have anything they would like to exchange. Well, Trilarian and Algary are now at the wall. Looks like our friends are pretty hostile to each other. Now we got one more citizen in here, but it's now producing more food. will have planets full in Ursa soon. Now there's only 2 turns before this, so now we are making Space Academy. That will help us so that the crew on that ship will already have some experience once it's ready, so we're gonna use that. Now this automated factory 160, let's wait a couple of turns. Now we are ready to build it, and now let's see what we are gonna research next. Now there's a lot of good things, but assault shuttles would be nice because we could use these to try to capture enemy ships or star bases, so let's try to get this one. No, sorry, they want to make alliance again, but that's not a good idea. Now let's see. It still has electronic computer, so we want to change this to supertronic computer. Now, since that's now supertronic computer, we might not need everything else, and I mean this continuous is now not so necessary. So when we have 4 fusion beams, we can take that off. Now we could have 6. Same with point defense, we could take this continuous off. Let's make it 360 degrees. Now the good question is, we could have ECM jammer in here that would take 25 space. Well, that's a lot. Maybe we don't do that. Let's make this ship like it is at the moment. So we have a new version of Coyote. A lot more expensive than the last one, since the supertronic computer is more expensive, and we're gonna make new Wolverine too. Since this Wolverine still has old targeting computer, and we like to change this reinforcement hull to heavy armor, because now we have more armor points than structure points, which is better in the way that when armor is gone and hits go to structure points, you may lose and damage some systems on the ship. So it's better to have that on armor than on structure. But now we can make the same thing in here. We don't need the continuous anymore. So there's a bit more. Actually, there's still nuclear missiles in here. Now let's swap those to Mercolite missiles. These fusion beams could be point defense and no continuous. That's actually Wolverine tree. So let's build that one. And then we're gonna make this scout a better. Same thing in here, continuous is no longer needed. And that nuclear missile could be changed with this one. Now actually, I don't know what we're gonna do with the last two. I think we're gonna put this fusion beam forward extensive. This is Scout 3. Now we have upgraded our ship plans. So we have a new coyote in here. But that's gonna take a little while before it's ready. Let's change others too. So that we have the newest version coming up in here. Now, then we probably would like to upgrade our old ships. There's Scout is on Ta and our Wolverine is on Chosma, so I think we are gonna fly in here. Upgrade it in there. Now where are all these going? Well, they are flying a lot around. Well, that's a lousy planet. If they want to take it, we won't be stopping them. Now let's see in here. We are gonna refit this code. It's gonna be a fast. Actually, we will put in here one guy back on there. That's a little bit pollution problem. Let's see in here. They could take 4 turns off from there. Pollution processor would take 4 turns. We're gonna make that. Now let's see. It's now 7 turns. So we can have more production now that there's no pollution there. Now this is a mineral rich planet too, so they could build ships in here pretty fast too if we put more units in here. But I think we're gonna need more spies instead. Since we lost that planetary supercomputer earlier, Algaris spied it off from us, which wasn't a nice thing. So let's answer to that problem with a little bit different way. I'm gonna put this RoboMiner plant coming up next. That 5 research point isn't that much at the moment, so we can a little bit change in what order we are gonna make those. Now they are getting a rubber plant ready in here. Now that automated factory will cost only 115, so let's buy it so that we can get some defenses there. Now there's a starbase. That's 17 turns. We're gonna take these in here. Well, they don't actually have the supercomputer, so we'll have to build that first. Now, which one is better? It's gonna come up one turn fast. I think this is better. Here 12 turns and we will have the missile base in here. Okay. But in the same time, we have now a planet full in here. Population 7 out of 7. So what we are gonna do? There we could have 3 more, 2 more, or 2 more. I think we're gonna put these workers going in here. That will probably help us most. Now there's some more research going there. And let's put this ship on refit instead. 5 turns. Away. Now, to advance the damage control, we cut through a leader we hired. And now we also have assault shuttles. Now what we're gonna get next? Now ground batteries would be another defense system on planets, but I don't think we're gonna need that one. Not immediately. Now we could have microbiotics to increase our population growth, but that's pretty good at the moment. So we're not gonna need that one. But I think we are getting one of these. Now they are pretty cheap, and if we research more force fields, the older techniques will get smaller and cheaper, which means that the shields on our ships, battleships, will take less space and cost less. So we're gonna get one of these. I think we are getting the anti-grav harness. This will make our ground combat troops better, and it will also help us capture enemy ships, because marines are also better, so let's get that one. Now it seems that now we are running out of food. Well, there's one more in Sosmo, which actually means that we're gonna need a pollution processor in here. Maybe even before that Robominer plant. Let's see what else we are gonna need. Let's first hear about our coyote. How much would that assault shuttles cost? 25 space. Well, we would have to take another missiles off and another fusion bombs off to get it on the ship. Well, me might not want to do that yet, so maybe later. But let's see where all the food is going. Well, we have here planet full actually. What else do we have? There's probably more workers in here. So they have more population in here too. Well, this is probably the only planet where we can transfer extra population. Well, we could transfer to Sosma too, but let's put it in there. Now we have one food and one freighter missing. That's a slight problem. Well, we are still missing the freighter. Well, this will help on that, but we have to get a better solution on next turn, because this isn't a good solution, because they won't be doing much if they are all concentrating on food production in there. Now let's see. Let's now take those back in here. Now we have the freighters, we only need to get the food from somewhere. So this is the place. Well, now we have the food. Actually, that would only make one turn and we could do it this way. I think this is the best solution at the moment. Now we are 3 turns away from our first coyote ship, so well, our leader got level, Now he will decrease more the amount of money we have to pay for new leaders, and he will help our diplomatic relationships more. That mega wealth won't grow up, so that's not affected. Now we have +2 food. Where did that come from? In here, this planet is also full now. Well, I'm not sure. Is it wise to send this to anywhere at the moment? Now we could send it in here. Well, let's do that. So we will have a bigger amount of population in there too. Two turns until we get the ship. Now we will actually put that on 3 turns because we want to get the research first again. Now we could get a better shield for our ships. Oh, this planetary radiation shield would turn radiated planets into barren planets, and you can actually terraform barren planets, so this would be a nice adding, and it will also be kind of a defense system. So I think we will research this planetary radiation shield next. Now I don't know why those. Well, they are gonna take this planet. Well, actually, that might be one way good thing for us too, because they can get a lot of population in there, so we let them take it and then snap it out of their hands. We can have a really good planet in there. So now let's see our coyote. That class 1 shield got cheaper, so we have 4 more points in here. Now if we take this Mercolite missile off to 1 Mercolite missile, and then we have to make something in here. Forward extensive. Now we can put assault shuttles in here. Now let's design this Wolverine tree to, again, can we make something extra in here? Now we can